On Tuesday morning, Democratic Alliance leader Helen Zille told media that Mamphela Ramphele has accepted the invitation to be the party's presidential candidate in this year's national elections.
It is with very great pleasure and excitement that I can announce today that Dr. Mamphela Ramphele has accepted the DA's invitation to stand as our presidential candidate in the 2014 general election. As the ANC breaks into its own constituent parts, we are building a new vehicle to bring about for South Africa we dared to dream of in 1994. And to do that, we have to build a new majority. And this is a very big step in that direction.
Honored today to accept the invitation extended by the Democratic Alliance to stand as its presidential candidate for the 2014 election. I believe that this decision is in the best interests of South Africa as we head into turbulent waters. The death of Nelson Mandela has changed many things. For South Africa, it's a new era. It has caused us to reflect on our journeys over the last 20 years, on the progress we have made, and on the opportunities utilized and lost.
Well, it wasn't really such a big surprise to those who've been watching events in Agang and the DA. They have been talking to each other for a long time. And philosophically and politically, they don't have a lot of difference between them. So they share a lot of values and policy ideas. So it wasn't really a big surprise. I think the big surprise was perhaps Mamphela Ramphele's reversal of her previous decision not to go into the DA, which was only taken about a year ago. And in the past, she has said some quite damning things about the DA being too white and being racial, too much of a racial entity for her. So in that sense, yes, it was a reversal, but as she explained, I think she explained it quite well. As she explained, she said, when the circumstances change, one should change one's mind.
The important thing is that we all share the same values. The belief in an open opportunity society for all, characterized by non-racialism, the rule of law, a market economy, human rights, and prosperity for every South African.
We are the government in waiting. We are the representatives of millions of South Africans who believe in the promise and potential of multi-party democracy, in a state that respects all people and works to deliver public services to all in need. This is the time to bring our country's fantastic resources together, not for the few, but for the many. Not just for insiders, but for all siders. Good people in the ANC have reached out to us, but are scared. Good business leaders have reached out to us, but are nervous. Millions want to make a different choice in this election. They say enough is enough.
I think it improves the DA's chances, but not enormously. I don't think it's going to be game-changing in the sense of this election we're going to see, a huge upset. I think it's game-changing in the sense that in the long term it starts to break down those racial blocks of political support that have dominated our politics. So that starts to change. And I think that with a credible leader and a leader of such stature and competence as Dr. Ramphele, I think that the DA will be strengthened. So it does improve their chances, but I don't think it gives them now a rocket launch into the next into the union buildings. I think that it's still a case of building slowly and chipping away at those racial identity politics.